What is up, you guys? It's your favorite Kalima here, and I am back at it with another story time. Yeah. Too much? Okay, so today I wanted to tell you guys about a little bit of my background and where I came from. Yes, y'all read the title right. I grew up in a household of 9. My mom had 7 kids, and including my parents. So, well, I guess you could say it was a household of 8 because one of my older brothers, he did not live with us, but y'all hear all that in the story. Please do not forget to like this video and subscribe if you are returning subscriber. Hey boo, how y'all doing today? What y'all doing while y'all watching my video? Like, let me know down below what y'all doing right now. Let me know down below what y'all doing right now. Y'all cooking, y'all cleaning, you driving to work, to school. What y'all doing while y'all listening to me? You just watching me? If you just watching me, hey, not just playing. But if you are a new subscriber, you also tell me what you got going on right now, because I want to know, because you're my new friend too. And make sure you subscribe. Like, if you are new here and this is your first video, just go ahead and take care of it right quick so that we can get that over with, so you can continue to enjoy my content and we can continue to build this friendship. Come on, go ahead and take care of that. Go subscribe, go like the video, go tell me what you got going on, and then we can get into the story time. The sooner you do that, the sooner the video can start. All right, let's get started. A disclaimer, I do have my babies back here sleeping. They're used to, me making a lot of noises, being loud, so I ain't worried about the noise. But just a disclaimer for what's going on with my background. They back here, they knocked out. But that's neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and get into the video. So I'm gonna start off by describing my mom and my dad. So my mom, she was honestly an amazing mom. She is an amazing mom. She was so fun to live with, to grow up with. She always had she worked a lot, don't get me wrong, but when she could, when she wasn't too tired, she did do fun stuff. For example, she will always call family meetings, just to see where our heads are at, if we have any issues within the household, if we have any issues within each other in the household, any issues with her. So growing up, we did have a lot of family meetings, probably 2 a month, just for that reason, just to make sure just like a temperature check to see where everybody was at, where their heads were at. So we always did appreciate those meetings. Sometimes they did go for a little bit long because everybody had to have a chance to talk, and there was freaking 6 of us, I think, at this point. There was 6 of us in there. So they did take a while. So one day, she calls this family meeting, y'all, and so we dang, because they weren't ever scheduled or planned. They just kind of happened when she felt like we needed to have one. So one day she calls a meeting. I'm like, bro, who did it? Who the F did it? Like, come on now. So one day she calls the meeting. We all gather. We go to the living room. We sit down. We're getting ready. We're getting comfortable because we already know. We're getting ready. So she starts off and she goes, so I'm sorry to interrupt y'all day. I know this was a last minute meeting, but I called this meeting today because I just feel like a lot of y'all are jealous of me because I look better than y'all. We was like, no, I know you did not call this meeting for that. Like, my mom basically played way too dang much, basically, to put it into simple terms. She played way too much. She was not a strict mom, but we did have rules. Obviously, we had a bedtime, couldn't do certain things, normal rules, nothing super strict, just normal child rules that you should have, like ground rules you should have for a child. So yeah, And she gave us as much support as she possibly could at all times. You know, there was 6 of us in the household.
Hey y'all, it's Editing Kalima. I completely forgot to add that my mom has her own YouTube channel. I'm going to link everything down below that I'm going to add into this video. But yes, I'm going to link her channel down below. Y'all go check her out. She has a really big, amazing story that I'm sorry, I'm not putting my face in the camera because I look hurt right now. But yeah, go watch her videos. She's amazing. Go watch her videos.
Also, my stepdad. I also have a biological dad, but he is a story for another day. And he was not in the household, so I'm not going to get into him for today. But y'all going to get a story time on that for sure. Go ahead and go in on my stepdad. He also played too much. I'm not gonna lie, when my mom first met him, we did not give him no respect. I used to literally, like, because when my mom met him, I think I was like 7 or 8, and y'all, I used to want my mom and my biological dad to get back together. Like, I didn't understand why they couldn't be together. And so I used to, like, when they first had got together, I used to write hate notes to him and slide him down the door, like, one day my daddy gonna come back and you gonna have to leave. You better get out of my house, blah, 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 like, stuff like that. I didn't like him at first, but I didn't know him. Like, I didn't give him a chance to even like him. Because now I love my stepdaddy. He's awesome. I love, love, love him. I'm also going to get into a story time about him as well, because he is right now not doing very well. And if I get into that in this story time, it's going to get too emotional. And this is not supposed to be an emotional video. So we'll give him his own story time as well. But even just talking about him, this little bit right now is making me emotional. So I'm just going to go ahead and skip on to my siblings, because that is what this video is mostly about. So we moved here from Brooklyn, New York. That's where we were all born. And we but we lived in a 2-bedroom apartment when we lived in Brooklyn. Yes. So at this point, all 7 of us lived in Brooklyn with my mom and my biological dad. So that's why the title of this is Growing Up a Household of 9, because at first it was 9. So we moved from Brooklyn when I was 5 because my biological dad, he was, like I said, we'll get into that. So yeah, my first sibling is, I'm going to go in order of our ages. So the first one, he is, I don't think I need to give y'all their ages for real. It don't matter. Y'all just gonna know what order we go in. So, my oldest brother, his name is Monty. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I really don't know a lot about my oldest brother. Only strictly for the fact that when we moved down to the south, he did not come with us. He stayed up north with his dad. We don't all have the same dad. So just me and the 2 youngest have the same dad, because we're the 3 youngest, and then everybody else has their own separate dad. So he stayed in New York with his dad, so there wasn't really much of a connection between me and him, honestly. Personally, I don't know about my other siblings, but the information I give y'all today is for me personally, like the connection and the relationship that I have with each of my siblings personally. So for him, I don't know much about him, unfortunately. I just know that he is my funny older brother. Like, he is always cracking a joke. But when he was in college, he used to come home and visit a lot, and he would always tell us about some kind of fight he got in, telling us mad fight stories, and like just stuff like that. He's mad goofy. We all are, honestly. We're all very much goofy, very much funny. But when he would come down and visit, I just knew him as my brother that would come down and visit us every once in a while. And I would get really excited to see him, just as if I knew everything about him. Like, we're like this, even though, you know, it's a little bit distant, you know. I do remember him coming home to visit one time, because he was in a fraternity in college. I'm not gonna tell y'all which one because it don't matter, but he was in a fraternity and they used to do step shows. So one time he came home with his frat bros, and ew, not frat bros. What am I? Like a freaking rock star, dude? Dude, he came home with his fucking frat bros, dude. Literally. I'm gonna continue to say that just because that's what I first said, and I think it's hilarious. So he came home with his frat bros, and he when I was younger when they came home. So when they came, I'm looking up at them like they were so huge to me. And I remember them, they all went into the driveway and did like a little step for us. It was so cool. They was in it. Nah, it was so cool. But I always thought my brother was like super cool after that. Like after I seen him stepping, I always looked at him like he was mad cool, like the coolest kid on the block for real. Like I always looked up to him like that. Now he is a rapper. He makes really good music, and I am not just saying that because I'm his sister. Like I'll be jamming to his music. So actually, if you like real, he ain't no mumble rapper. Like he's not a mumble rapper. He ain't no Atlanta mumble rapper. He a real rapper. So if y'all like real rap, y'all should go ahead and hit him up. I'm gonna go ahead and put his IG name up on the screen so y'all can look him up, because he also does battle rapping. So if you're like ever interested in that too, he fought with that too. Like I love actually watching battle rapping because of him. Like I didn't even know that was a thing, but he always sends his videos in like our family group chat. So ever since then, it made me want to watch it more. So I've been watching battle rap. And that's pretty fine. Like it be making me want to rap like, I see you, your crush. No, I'm like, no, it's fine though. So I'm gonna put his IG name up on the screen. Y'all go check him out. He is fire. Moving along to my next sibling, Christopher. He is the second oldest. And y'all, Chris. Oh my God. Chris was so, like I said, we were all funny, but for me growing up, Chris was hilarious. Like, I'm not gonna hold y'all, I don't have no favorite siblings, by the way. But when I was younger, I did, and he definitely was my favorite at one point. He was definitely my favorite at one point. He was my favorite because simply for the fact that he treated me like a little princess. He always found any reason to make us all laugh and bring us together and make us laugh. Yeah, he was just a jokester. Like all he did was play. For example, like when I was younger, he would pull me aside. Like he would like randomly and very much urgently pull me aside, whether it was in his room, in a bathroom, any room closest to us, he would pull me in there. He would be like, Khaliba. Not me weak thinking about it, but he would pretend like he was, I'm so sorry if this is offensive to anybody out there in the universe, in the YouTube universe. But it was funny to me when I was younger, so it is what it is. So he would pull me in, and he would start breathing heavy as hell, like a bigger person, and he would be like, Khaliba, I really need some cookies, and Bobby will let me get done. Can you please go get me some cookies? Stupid little innocent jokes like that, always trying to find a way to make us all laugh and just have a good time. That was his job in the house. That was his role that he took on. But yeah, other than that, I didn't know much about him either because he was in and out of the house as well. When I was younger, he was in high school, so he was always hanging out with friends. He was barely home, but when he did come home, he would like, do stuff like that. And he would also cook so much. Like he loved cooking, and he would make weird stuff though. Like one time I think he had fried up some ham and put it in eggs and mixed it all together and called it a fucking meal, and we were just like, okay. So he had us all taste it. I don't know why I remember this. It's a random memory, but he had us all taste it and it was actually busting. So he used to always do that. He used to make something that he would call buck. When I was younger, I didn't know it was literally just a milkshake that he would make, but he would call it buck, and he would get us all so excited for it. He'd be like, y'all, guess what I'm making tonight? We'll be like, you making buck? You making buck? Why did he call it buck? I don't know. But yeah, so another really funny example of something of like his personality is one year on Christmas. This is when we got a little bit older. I think I was in like middle school at this point. But one year on Christmas, he decided for our Christmas gift, he wanted to take us all out to breakfast. And there was a Waffle House right up the street. So we was like, all right, bet we just gonna all throw on, after we open our presents, we all threw some clothes on. And we go to the Waffle House. So while after everybody get dressed, we all gathered in the living room waiting for Chris so we can go ahead and go, since you know he was paying for everybody. So why did my brother come downstairs in his robe and be like, bruh, are you not dressed? What you got going on? He like, hold up. This man opens his robe and he got on a full-blown suit, y'all. A whole entire suit. Everybody else is dressed very much casual. Pajamas, like dang near pajamas, but presentable. This man comes downstairs in a whole suit. Talking about he paying for everybody's meal, he gotta dress the part. Like, come on, y'all. Now that is like a moment in our family that will never go out in history because it was just so funny in the moment. He used to also always sing around the house, in the shower, so loud. Like, every single time, every single shower he took, he was singing because he was a singer like myself. So yeah, I also looked up to that too for some reason. Like, I used to want to be, I was never confident in my singing when I was younger, so I used to want to be confident enough to sing very loudly in the shower without anybody caring. So yeah, there was that too. Now he's actually a singing coach. He teaches voice lessons. He does studio time. He freaking does it all, actually. Like, he does drywall and car detailing. Actually, I'm gonna put his IG up in here too because honestly, now that I think about it, all my siblings have businesses and all their IGs are going in here. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put his IG up on here too. He actually got a lot of IGs. I'm gonna have to choose a few. No, I'm just playing. He has an IG because he has a lot of businesses, so he has an Instagram for each of his businesses. So I will put his personal IG in here, and then you should be able to find all the other ones from those because he does have them linked in his bios. So if you're interested in like singing, vocal lessons, and things like that, go hit him up for that. Next sibling we're gonna talk about is my sissy Alexis. She was the first girl. This was the third child my mom had. She was like a motherly figure, really, because I guess she was the oldest girl. So my mom kind of trained her to be able to take care of us in her absence. So I did always look up to her as I looked up to all my older siblings really in a different way. So I did look up to her in that sense of authority. I didn't really like her that much growing up. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I didn't like my sister Alexis growing up that much. Simply based off the fact that she had that authority. Like, why is you telling me what to do? You ain't my mama. I still listened, of course, but you ain't my mama. Mind your business. And y'all, she was a snitch. That's why I didn't like her either. Like, she was a freaking snitch because let me tell y'all about this one time. So one day, at this point, I believe I was either in 8th grade going to 9th, or I was in 9th grade. So one day, my cousin Jasmine, she used to always be over our house because I had, you know, my younger brother Khalil, they would switch houses for the summer. So one day, Jasmine was over, and it was me, my cousin Jazz, and my little sister Kayla. So, and Alexis, she was watching us. So we're all sitting in the living room, we're watching a movie, and Alexis goes, y'all got boyfriends? Like, trying to make conversation, I guess. And honestly, we looked at each other. I remember me, Jasmine, and Kim looking at each other like, should we tell her the truth? Or should we lie? Because we knew that she had this motherly, authoritative role. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we decided to go ahead and dip our toes and see what we could get away with. And so we told her the truth. Nobody else had a boyfriend at the time except for Jasmine. And so Jasmine did go ahead and tell her, like, yeah, I have a boyfriend, but his name is this, that. Y'all, Now, why did Alexis go and tell our mamas everything we said in confidence? She went and told our mamas everything we said, y'all. And I'm not even gonna hold y'all. From that point up until like I got older, like 2 years ago, I was like, I'm never telling my sister Alexis nothing else because all she gonna do is tell mommy. So no, like I stuck with that too. Like literally up until 2 years ago, from that point up until like 2 years ago, I did not tell her any of my personal business because of that one instance. So Lex, if you watching this and you ever wondered why I ain't never come to you about nothing, that's why. That one reason, that why. Snitch. No, I'm just playing. But she was also extremely goofy and mad clumsy. Like, it is not an Alexis joke if she did not go too far, y'all. Like, she would say stuff that, like, wasn't that funny. It was kind of offensive, but because she said it the way she said it, it was freaking hilarious. And the fact that she went too far with the joke made it even funnier, at least for our family, because our sense of humor is just, we're wackos. We're freaking wackos. So yeah, she was mad clumsy, mad goofy. She was also very fun. I looked up to her in like the way that she always had this kind of confidence behind her when she walked. Even if she wasn't feeling confident, I would never know that because of the way she held her head up so much. At least that's how I saw her when I was younger. I don't know if that's how she felt all the time, but I saw her as a very confident, strong young woman and somebody that I would hope to be like when I would grow up. And I'm glad I had her as a role model for real because she really helped shape me into the woman that I am today in that sense of being independent and strong, as well as, you know, my mom and my other sisters as well. But she did, even in like my fashion sense, the way I dress, the way I do my makeup, the way I do my hair, just watching her do it as I'm growing up, because you know she's so beautiful to me and she's a model, so I would always see her doing that kind of stuff, and it just made me look up to her because of her confidence. And like I told y'all before, I didn't have any confidence for as long as I could remember, like from elementary school to, again, up until like last year, 2 years ago, I had pretty much little to no confidence in myself. So the fact that she had the confidence that I always looked up to, you know, that was always nice too. She does model classes now. She is a mompreneur. How you say it? Mama. She she an entrepreneur and she a mama, okay? She had one of my first nephews. He's about like 6 months now. King Cairo, my baby. I am obsessed with my nephews. Anyways. Yeah, she's a model, she's a mompreneur, mom, whatever. She's an actress. You could catch her in any Tyler Perry movie damn near. She was in Avengers, music videos, mad kinds of movies. I can't name them all off the top of my head. I just think that the Avengers is like the coolest one she did. And she even like shaved her head bald for that movie, and it was like so freaking cool. That's what I mean by confidence and strength. Like you shaving your head shiny bald and walking around with confidence. I could never. But yeah, she is extremely talented. She does it all. She does model classes. She makes her own jewelry. She has her own jewelry line that ended up on a freaking billboard. She did like dress something in her jewelry for like a photo shoot for a billboard. So her jewelry ended up on a billboard here in Atlanta. So that's awesome as well. I'm gonna go ahead and put her IG up here, her personal IG, and her jewelry business IG up here as well. So y'all go ahead, check her out too if you're interested in modeling, acting. Go ahead and look her up. So now to Ashley. Ashley is the sister right before me. Me and Ashley, growing up, we bumped heads Ashley bumped heads with everybody in the house because she was just so much different than all of us. In a way of that, she was just so passionate. I'm sorry to say it, sis, but you was slick the problem child. I'm sorry to say it, but it's only because she was so much different than us. She was very opinionated, very passionate about what she loved and what she loved to do. She didn't like to follow rules. She was her own person. She was just different and very much understood, which was why she bumped heads so much with everybody in the house. So no, me and Ashley did not have the best relationship growing up. Honestly, we did not. We fought a lot. We all fought a lot. First of all, don't get me wrong. We all fought a lot. So just as much as we had fun, that's why we had to have so many family meetings, because there's so many different personalities in the household. Of course, it's gonna be fights. So me and Ashley, we bumped heads a lot. We fought a lot, and I remember like one time this is when we lived in Florida. We moved from Brooklyn to Florida. We stayed in Florida for like 3 or 4 years, and then we moved here to Atlanta. Been here ever since. So when we moved to Florida, I was in kindergarten, and she could have been like maybe 4th or 5th grade, because we had the same bus stop. So we would go to the bus together. I hated going to school when I was younger. Literally hated it. I hated going to school, waking up for it, getting on the bus. I hated every minute of it. So legit y'all, every single morning I had a tantrum on the way to school. She would just drag me on along to the bus stop, just dragging me to the bus stop. And that used to hurt my feelings when I was younger. Like, what did you dragging and roughing me up for? Like, the hell? But I was just annoying. I was just an annoying child. Like, what you expect her to do? Yeah, she definitely was the one that got in trouble the most, just because she didn't back down on her opinion. Y'all. For example, her fashion sense. Y'all, now she is a fashion designer, which makes sense for her, because when we was younger, this girl would literally put on like 3 t-shirts, 3 polo t-shirts with the collars, right? Just so she could have them 3 collars layered up. Wondering why she's so damn hot all day in school. But just so she got them 3 collars layered up, a little ponytail with a little bang so she could flip it. But the ponytail was not always neat, y'all. It used to be hanging down. She ain't care. She was confident though. Like, that's how she wanted to look. That's how she put herself together. That was it. My mom used to complain about it so much, like, why you got all them clothes on? Why you got all them damn layers of clothes on? Go put something else on. No, ma. Blah, blah, blah. This is my fashion. How you can't tell me how to dress. You can't tell me what to wear. Like, that's how she was. When the babies woke up. Good morning, baby. Okay? Good morning. You had a good night? Bumped heads a lot and all that good stuff. Like I mentioned earlier, she does now have her own fashion line and stuff, and I will go ahead and put her IG up here as well, because she makes all pieces from scratch, one of a kind. If you ever feel like you have a special event or even an everyday thing, you want to wear something that nobody else has ever worn before, go ahead, my good sis. Now our relationship is very, very, very good. Like, she did a whole 360. Growing up, it was really weird when she had first started like changing into like her nice self, because I don't know, I didn't know how to accept it, because she was always kind of mean to me because I just was an annoying kid. So it was kind of weird when she started being nice, and I kind of took it as she was being fake. Like, what do you want from me? What are you gaining from being nice to me right now? Like, that's how I used to look at her. But now that I know that that's just how she is now, we are amazing. She's one of my best friends now. I know I can call on her whenever I need any advice on literally anything in the book. She got me. So, love you, boo. I love all y'all. So yeah, because I know y'all watching this. I can tell y'all how I was, I guess, too. And I'll be honest for y'all siblings. I'll keep it 100 from how I was in my point of view. I feel like I was the best child. I was perfect. No, I'm just kidding. I was annoying as hell. I was the overly dramatic, emotional one. I can go ahead and admit that for y'all. I used to storm upstairs like a white, well, they used to say like a, I hope that's not offensive. And they used to call me the Oreo of the house. I had a really, really bad anxiety and depression growing up, so I was very moody all the time. You will know what Kalima you get that day just based off the fact that I grew up with that depression. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what the anxiety was. I didn't know that I was depressed. I just knew that I felt something and I didn't know how to process it. So I had a lot of emotions going on through my body all the time when I was younger that I didn't know how to control. So they would come out moody, and I think that's why I bumped heads so much with Ashley. So yeah, I can admit that, but I will also say that I was very entertaining. I think I would like to say I was an entertaining little sister and big sister to my younger siblings, because when I was little, like still lived in Brooklyn little, like 2-3 years old little, they used to have me dancing, so I would like be shaking my little butt, not shaking my little butt, but like doing little twerk moves, being ratchet, little ghetto Kalima. And then when my bio dad would come in and they would be like, okay, Kalima dance, I'd be like, like, how do you know to do that at 2-3 years old? So they would always tell me that kind of story. And then when I was younger, they used to like put me in a chair, and then I would turn around in the chair, and then they would like give me a scene to act out. So they would say, pretend that your boyfriend is cheating on you and you just found out. My little tiny self would go right into scene. I don't even know what dating is. I never had no boyfriend. I don't know what a boyfriend is. How did I know to freaking act this scene out? I was watching too much TV or something. So I would literally go, why are you cheating on me? I wouldn't curse, but you know what I'm saying. Why are you cheating on me? How you do this? How you doing that? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm tiny, y'all. I'm little, so they would entertain themselves using me by doing stuff like that. I was a fun kid, I will say that. But yeah, so personally, I believe with my anxiety mainly and depression, I feel like I wasn't really able to show my siblings my true self until I got to this age. And I'm like just now learning how to take control of the anxiety and take control of the depression. I'm just now able to open up to them and show my true self. And sometimes they get taken aback by things that I say and do that are normal for me, but for them, they never, seen me as my own true personality. So they're still also getting to know me as well. And the fact that I am an adult kind of makes them taken aback too, because I did, a lot of this stuff growing up, they just didn't know because I was to myself. I was too anxious, even in my own household, to show my true self. So that was that. But I'm glad now they're getting to know me, and our relationship is honestly getting stronger as we're getting older. So that's good. With my older siblings, I'm talking about, because me and my younger siblings, we've always been tight, the best of friends, and I'm finna get into them right now. But my older siblings, we didn't have that connection growing up. So yeah, now to get into the twins. They're the youngest, Kayla and Khalil. I'm gonna start off with Khalil because he's older than Kayla by 2 months. Not 2 months, 2 minutes. So Khalil was always in his room as well. He played video games 24/7 in his room. Before he played video games, he watched Star Wars in his room 24/7. And yeah, he was just my energetic, funny little brother that I used to play fight all day, every single day. We used to play fight, tackle, wrestle. We was on WWE motherfucking E. Let us tell it, we was on WWE, okay? So yeah, he was your typical little brother. And y'all, Khalil, I'm sorry for telling this story, but I have to. It is my funniest story of you. So when we were younger, he comes up to me, right? And he goes, Kalima, can you write this note for me? And I know you know where this is going, Khalil. Don't be mad at me for telling this story. But anyways, so he comes up to me and he's like, can you write this note for me? Because your handwriting is better than mine, for the family. So he wanted me to write a note to the family, basically saying, What's up, you guys? It's Khalil. My new name is Swag Boy. I want you guys to refer to me as Swag Boy from here on out. Moke, get on. Yeah, he was like, I want to be referred to as Swag Boy. I want y'all to call me that because I got the most swag in the house or something like that. And y'all, I wrote the note, put it on the table, and y'all, we took that note serious. At the time, I didn't think it was funny. Like, I'm taking it serious. Like, okay, we're gonna be calling you Swag Boy. I'm gonna write this note for you. Everybody gonna call you Swag Boy. We gonna be Gucci. Our older siblings saw the note and they are dead because you know they're older. They know this is funny. So they're weak, and I honestly do not let him live that down to this day. His name in my phone is Swag Boy. Literally, when I look him up on Instagram, like to show somebody him, I'm typing in Swag Boy because in my mind, he is Swag Boy to this day. Like, that's Swag Boy. So I'm going to go ahead. He don't got no businesses or nothing right now going on. But I'm going to go ahead and put his IG up in here anyways, just for any little girls. He's single, okay? He's single and he ready to mingle. So, put his little IG up in there right quick. Why not? Now on to my little sister, Kayla. So, me and Kayla, we always shared a room growing up, so obviously that makes us the closest of the bunch. She is my best friend in the whole entire world. I think she's actually the only person in this universe that knows every little detail about me, like, basically because we grew up living in the same room, literally up until I got my own place till now, like, so, yeah, we grew up in the same room. She knows everything about me. That's my best friend. We've been through so much together. I know all her deepest, darkest secrets. She knows all of mine. Growing up, I was kind of mean to her, though. Like, I remember watching, I have videos on my phone of us when we were younger, and I was talking to her about something. Like, she asked me to use some lip gloss or something, and I was like, just use it, gosh. Like, I was just so mean to her. Like, sometimes, only sometimes, though, but that's just sibling stuff, but I be feeling bad about it. But, so yeah, she's my best friend. Let's see, let me think of it. She was crazy, y'all. She was a crazy little girl. She stabbed me with a pencil one time when I was younger. Literally, it left a mark like right up in here. I will never forget you doing that. I ain't gonna ever forget you stabbing me with that pencil, Kayla, ever. No, I'm just playing, but she is probably the funniest out of all of them to me. Out of all my siblings, she's the funniest to me because I mean, she be having me crying. Her and my mom take the cake for me. Her and my mom take the cake for me. Like, they bring tears out of my eyes. Like, they're so freaking funny. What else about my little sissy besides the fact that she's my best friend and she's funny? She's also a very strong, all of my sisters, all of my siblings, sisters, brothers are very strong individuals, y'all. We've been through a lot growing up. We've been through a lot growing up, just simply based off the fact that there was so much of us on only one income, my mom's income. So, you know, that caused for a little struggle, but we made it through together. It made us stronger. It made us closer. They are my best friends. Why am I getting emotional talking about them right now, thinking about my childhood? I don't know. I'm going to give you guys, of course, more story times about Smoke. Stop walking all over my bed with your nasty, stinking eyes. I love them. They are my best friends for life. They my people. Those are my people. But yeah, so that is pretty much the rundown on all my siblings. I just wanted to give y'all this video because I'm going to be doing more story times on them. And so I just want y'all to know who everybody is, what everybody do, so that in future story times I won't have to explain nothing. So I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. And if I feel like I missed anything, I'm going to put it in a voiceover because I feel like I recorded this really fast and I probably missed some points that I wanted to make. So yeah, I'll put in a voiceover if so. I hope you guys have a beautiful, blessed, amazing day. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one.